You're single, I'm single. You know what that means? Nobody wants us. My cat videos on Instagram gets 10,000 views every time. They're a big deal. I host a banger of a party, and if you ever show up, you'll see me in my Speedo. If you swiped right, I'm going to assume you're toxic as duck. Good thing I'm like a bull and charge head first to red flags. A UK man became paralyzed after a cycling accident and spent 4 years raising $26,000 to pay for a stem cell treatment that might help him walk again. However, upon hearing about a disabled boy needing surgery who stood a better chance of success, he donated all the money to him instead. Out for my birthday and my daughter's boyfriend order a strawberry margarita. What do I say? My dude, delicious knows no masculinity. If I were that kid, I'd drink the duck out of that and then raw dog your daughter. I'm trying to be the right guy for you. The right guy is already here. Just so you know, ladies, mansplaining is short for man-explaining. Waiting for our flight, and this guy pulls a life-size Lego groundhog out of his carry-on. Someone hacked into my Netflix account last month and watched every episode of Cocomelon and then left me a note. Thanks for everything, you legend. 42-year-old vigilante from Nebraska arrested for killing 30 pedophiles in. Good on him, I think. They got what they deserved. Joel Miller, 42, was trying to kill a notorious child abuser when he was caught by the cops. RGB is so cheap and useless. RGB is both useless and expensive? Cool light, yes. Elderly YouTuber writes his subscribers down in a notebook, then thanks them individually. This cop comes to the same neighborhood after every shift with snacks and soda and chills with the kids who live here for at least an hour. Sometimes he brings a football and plays a few games. In the summer when it's hot, he bought slip-end slides and water guns for the children, and in the winter he bought coats and hoodies. Me and the bad bitch I pulled for being autistic. My little cousin. This song is from TikTok. They took it from TikTok. Me. I understand that you believe this because it is the only version of the song you have experienced. However, let me show you something. Wow, this artist is really talented. Thank you for sharing this with me and not assuming I am stupid just because I am young. You're welcome. This music was important to me when I was your age, and I am happy that I can share it with you. Bye, girls. Bye, sweetie. Bye, honey, that bitch. Yeah, she's such a slut. Bruh. 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 I'm such a huge proponent of high-intensity training that I've even pushed all of my relationships to failure. Would you? I would not, sorry. I do not care. But you asked? My son and his best friend both told their survival rate would be around 2%, never walk, and live in a vegetative state if they made it past 7 years. Both walked the stage and graduated tonight. Left pick is from the first day of school. The right is from graduation this evening. Opera sucks, brave solos. Bro, you play OSU, what do you want from me? No, you can't have hentai games or adult-only games in our store. We have shareholders and corporates to worry about. Here, have a collection of more than 500 hentai games. I hope you are comfortable playing with one hand. What everyone thinks Chad looks like. What he actually looks like. Study. 70% of men would rather die early than give up meat. An overwhelming majority of men would rather die young than give up eating meat. Yes. Don't let guys treat you like free salsa. You are guac, baby girl. Uses Apple Music. Uses Spotify. Downloads MP3 from the internet. Host games. With audience of mostly children. This game has a childish audience. No, some adults also play it. Minecraft. This game has a childish audience. We know. Hello everyone, today we are eating broccoli, rice and chicken. I wanted to die after my ex left me, but then I met this lassie that does weird shit like this with me. Life is about growth. Average Rick and Morty fan. Average Pinky and the Brain enjoyer. 8 years ago, my neighbor at the time had an obnoxiously loud roof turbine vent. The whole neighborhood could hear it. He went up one day because it had been suspiciously quiet. The dude with a bow. The neighborhood. Carefully. He's a hero. Dear Mario, tell Luigi he still owes me like 20 bucks. Peach. Dear Peach, bitch, I don't owe you shit. Luigi. Donkey after ducking the dragon. Crits used to criticize Indian singer Dela Mendi by saying that the only reason his songs were getting popular was because the music videos had pretty women in it. So in 1998, Dela made the song Tunak Tunatun, and its music video had only green screen clones of himself. This song went on to be Dela's most popular song. Yo, if your name Aiden and from Toronto, your girl Jess that plays softball cheating on you, she talking about it on the plane with her friends. I ate like an actual meal today. Not much, but I haven't been able to eat anything without having a mental breakdown for like 2 months. Duck anorexia. That's great. Good job, OP. You're gonna get fat. I worked at McDonald's for 2.5 years and I put 11 nuggets in almost every 10 piece I made. My 10-year-old brother called me to tell me he had a girlfriend and then sent me this. Her scrunchie is on my wrist. Sounds pretty serious. Men will literally use your beauty products in the shower and not even know what it's for. Leave my dark spot exfoliating scrub alone. No, it's going on my balls. High school quarterback keeps his promise from 7 years ago. Takes his friend with Down syndrome to prom. Adult me washing my hands after touching the remote to eat. Child me going to the local forest pond, catching frogs, going back home drinking from the hose and eating without washing my hands. If I die, I die. He's a very good boy. Brave Georgia sheepdog is recovering after killing 8 coyotes who tried to maul flock of sheep and goats he was watching over. What is the nicest thing a stranger has done for you? A really small thing, but I hope I remember it forever. My son was probably 2 or 3 and we went to the mall for some reason. My son liked looking at displays and stuff. Well, there was a model train set in a case that you could put a $1 in and watch them go around for a while. I was pretty broke, if I recall, and never had cash on me regardless. He was content just looking at the display. A group of loud mall teens come through and go past. One of them comes back and puts $1 in the machine and says, "I always liked watching trains too," then hurries off back to his friends. My son lit up. I never would have expected that action from a stranger, let alone a teen with his friends in a mall. Don't care virgin. A Saudi man donated $16 billion in charity and kicked himself out of the Billionaires Club. Thanks to his crazy friends, this guy now has a freaking prosthetic Nerf gun attached to his arm. If you come to my autographs at a convention, the prints I have to sell will always be optional. I will never charge for a selfie and I will always offer a free autograph if you bring something with you, or if you literally just want to say hi, that's cool too. This is not meant as any sort of judgment on any of my peers who do charge for selfies, personal items, but for me, I remember going to cons as a kid and how broke I was, so I never want anyone to feel like they have to pay in order to say hi. 5-year-old Sean dresses up to help street cats because it makes him feel like a superhero for animals. Thought it would be cool to make Next body armor. John Cena has officially broken the Guinness World Record for the most Make-A-Wish Foundation wishes granted with 650. Dad dies saving his daughter's life by wrapping her in bear hug during plane crash. You should only give poor people grocery store gift cards so they don't buy drugs. If you're giving to the less fortunate, let them decide how to use the money or give to a charity instead. After all, they can't pay rent in groceries. Children, today's local hero is Jerry Trainor. Cheering. Going on to TikTok and hearing how Jerry Trainor, Spender from iCarly, used to protect his young co-stars from their creepy and abusive boss, Dan Schneider, by doing crazy things in order to take his attention away from them. Turning up on set on days he wasn't meant to be there to keep an eye on Dan, and even visiting the sets of other shows to make sure the kids of those shows were okay. Being forgetful isn't stupid, it helps make smarter decisions, scientists say. Me who forgot someone's name 3 seconds later. Turkish photographer beats up client after learning bride is 15 years old. I realized if I take a shower before a match, I play better. This is the face of someone performing a public service by tricking guys into actually having good hygiene. Leaving a watermelon on someone's doorstep in the middle of night is a pretty inexpensive way to occupy a portion of their mind forever. Says how much he likes the franchise, films himself building a gaming PC, states that he played the Witcher games on hardest difficulty during lockdown, leaves the show, refuses to elaborate further. In 1915, millionaire Cecil Chubb bought Stonehenge at an auction for his wife. His wife had sent him out to buy dining chairs and hated that he had bought her Stonehenge instead. 3 years later, he gave Stonehenge to his country on the condition that the entrance fee would never cost more than $1 and locals could always have free access. I knew a guy who sold weed in high school and college. One time he made pop brownies to sell. In the process, he discovered a love for baking. Dude's a pastry chef now, wears cute aprons. In 2015, an 18-year-old model threatened to leak a selfie of her and NHL superstar Jaromir Jagr in bed together if he didn't pay her $2,000. His response, "I don't care." Yo, anyone else ever notice I look identical to Broly from Dragon Ball Z? The single most important thing a man can do to be an ally is give his woman friends permission to give dudes at the bar his number, so when they call he can angrily say that's not funny because she died 15 years ago that very night. Too nice of a day to stay in the house. Met wife at work just to give her kiss. I've been driving a forklift for 20 years. I know no passengers, but I couldn't help myself, LMAO. My mom always wanted to be an astronaut, and one year my dad surprised us all with a trip to Disney World, except once we got there, he drove us to NASA instead, and he surprised my mom with front row seats to a rocket launch and lunch with a real astronaut, and she bawled from joy. Robert Pattinson took an obsessed stalker out to dinner and bored her. He complained about his life the whole time, and he never saw her again. What's the worst thing a woman has done on the first date? She literally asked what was their most expensive drink. The waiter met my eyes and the bro code kicked in. He just kept saying everything was out of stock. God bless him where he is now. I went back to give him a tip, but he declined. I will never get over the fact there are reverse weebs in Japan that are obsessed with the Wild West. Your wife is going to be beautiful, but will she love me? You don't understand how much I love this. On Tuesday, I told a friend that on the weeks I don't have my son, I don't eat meals so I can make sure I have food for him. He just turned up with this. He has saved me in so many ways. Eight-year-old boy sells his Pokemon card collection to pay for his sick dog's $700 treatment. TikToker goes viral with emotional reaction to passing bar exams after grandparents remortgage their home to cover her law school fees. A girl's voice in game chat is more powerful than any US Marine. Fun story, maybe? When I was younger, my brother was super duper into COD, and he is actually really freaking good at it. So one day he gave me his mic headset and told me to talk while he was playing, and it was wild. The levels of salt that young men produce when under the impression that a little girl is destroying them in COD is a beautiful thing. Fazal Din, a British Indian Army soldier who was impaled by the sword of a Japanese officer. He pulled out the sword, killed the officer who stabbed him and another enemy soldier, destroyed an entire enemy position, and walked 25 yards with a hole in his chest to deliver his report. Raw video. Today, armed activists with the group Don't Comply held their annual Feed the Need event where they gave homeless people food, winter clothes and blankets, a crime in Dallas. The group was armed to deter cops, with one young participant even open carrying swords. Bench press pounds and number of Shrexual partners. New Zealand passes legislation banning cigarettes for future generations. Bro, I just matched with your mum. What the duck? Be me. Have a giant crush on this girl I've known for 4 years, but she's been in a relationship with a dude whom I also know. Host a party, but he was busy and didn't come. She was too drunk after party to drive and asked to stay over. Found out she had been having relationship issues and wanted to cheat on him. Refused. She gave me a sad look and fell asleep. I'm still a virgin. I did good, right, Anons? My Professor LMFAO. A few of you have talked to me about having trouble getting some of the books for this course. The university is adamant that you purchase textbooks through the official university bookstore. Beware of sites that promise and deliver free PDFs of all kinds of books, such as. These sites might seem perfectly helpful in that they deliver exactly what they promise, but they are also free. I can't remember what I was saying. Anyway, how did you guys get this big so quickly? If you go to the gym, you support fat shaming. A week later. Hey, spell me. M-E. You forgot the D. There is no D in me. Ah, yes, sorry, Amy, I did not pass middle school due to my extreme ketamine addiction. There's a girl in front of me on the bus having a full FaceTime call out loud with her parents, so I put my face in the camera and said, "Honey, I had no idea I was meeting your parents today. I will enter your personal life if you enter my personal space." When the whole town gets together for a celebration and Roald comes out in his Pussy Slayer sweater. You have your mother's eyes. Always. Take them, man. Haha, thanks, Dies. 5 stars. I am the author, and I think I did a pretty good job. Noticed I already had most of the stuff, so decided I would just buy the shirt to complete it. I'm fired because I couldn't stop crying. A raccoon got trapped in the dumpster and died of heat exhaustion, and I'm supposed to just get over it. Me when I get shot twice, stabbed twice, and still manage to stop the guy trying to murder my friend. Hi Jen, I'm Ben. Hi Ben, I'm Jen. Nice to meet you, Jen. Do you want to be my friend? I'd love to be your friend, Ben. You seem like a solid 10. Normies. You look kinda hot, no cap, wanna be my girlfriend? I am not like other girls, so you need to pay the bills, work full-time and still make time for me, have zero expectations, meet all my demands, give me freedom, be liked by my family and friends, be tall, strong, entertaining, blah blah. Chads. Can I interest you in a piece of cheese? I am solid. How many children do you want? Capitalism is the most efficient system. Communist China built a hospital in 6 days. China isn't communist, and communism is political, capitalism is econ. I know more about Rick and Morty than you ever will. Please don't laugh. Day 1 versus day 112, same shirt. Straight teen spends hours building fabulous Minecraft castle for gay friend rejected by parents. Cobra bites boy. Boy bites it back, the boy was fine, the snake wasn't. An 8-year-old boy recently killed a venomous cobra in India after receiving a venom-free dry bite from the snake and then biting back in retaliation. A venomous snake has died after being bitten by a small boy. No, you didn't read that wrong. I just finished beating someone up and I hate myself for it, but he kicked my cat. I just had a roommate coming to my house drunk and trying to start a fight with me, and when I didn't reciprocate, he kicked my 6-week-old kitten. I proceeded to beat his ass for 30 minutes. I feel very ashamed, but I love my cat. It was multiple beatings in a 30-minute time frame. I just ducking realized that Chad is modeled after the actual Chad Republic. Hey Jimmy, wanna see a frog? Oh, that looks great, Carl. Call an Uber. Female as driver, drives insanely good, reaching the location as soon as possible. Gives me a happy goodbye. I give 1 star because it's a woman. White only. Sup, I'm Chad, been sober for like 40 days. Not in a row or anything, just total. Girls after meeting a nice stranger. You're so nice, what's your Insta? Or, thank you, it's boys after meeting a nice stranger. I have quite enjoyed talking to you, but now we shall part ways till fate may reunite us again. Farewell. Bullied 11-year-old girl with Down syndrome is walked to school by North Macedonia's president after he heard she sits in a classroom by herself after pupils and parents picked on her. Does giving a blowjob help in reducing bad breath? My boyfriend told me I have a bad breath when I wake up. He told me that giving a blowjob early in the morning will help me to reduce my bad breath. Now I give him blowjob daily in the morning and he tells I don't have bad breath after blowjob. Is he right? Someone give this man a medal. IQ test. Your IQ. 4. The number of correct answers, 1 of 40. Time, 0 minutes 34 seconds. Profound mental retardation. Kid tells Mall Santa a secret. Seconds later, him and his elves are beating the crap out of a child molester. A Wisconsin Mall Santa decided to handle one of the naughty list members early this year when a young girl told him her Christmas wish was for her stepdad to stop molesting her. He and 4 of his elves attacked the guy, who was waiting nearby, and pummeled him unconscious. An eyewitness recalled. Santa didn't say nothing. He just grabbed the back of the guy's skull and head-butted him real hard. The witness continued on to say, the Kringle got on top of him and just started pummeling him. He was laughing and screaming, ho 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 mother ducker. They got an AI to play Tetris with the goal of surviving for as long as possible. It paused the game. In 2013, a paralyzed man in Wales gave up his dream of walking again to pay for a young boy's treatment instead. Dan Black spent years saving £20,000 for stem cell treatment, but after hearing of a 5-year-old boy in a similar predicament, he donated the money to him instead. In 2015, a man from New Zealand named Nigel Richards spent 9 weeks memorizing words from a French dictionary before entering the French Scrabble Championship. He won and became national champion despite not speaking any French. A tortoise saved his entire species from extinction after having over 800 babies. YouTuber star dumps world's Shreksiest weather girl so he can spend more time playing Call of Duty. Vandalism. No problem, I can adapt. Less than 40 minutes after his marriage proposal, he returns to posting about Smash Brothers. The woman who can command me hasn't been born yet. 4 years later. I noticed there was a blank wall at McDonald's, so I decided to make this fake poster of me and my friend and put it up. It's been there for 51 days. Dashrath Manji, the man who single-handedly carved a 360 feet long road out of a mountain using only a hammer and chisel to reduce the distance between his village and the nearest doctor to ensure no one would die like his wife did due to lack of medical care. It took him 22 years of work. Guys, I just D's nuts the ducking Taliban. Assalamu alaikum Aki. What will happen to the DN under Taliban rule? What do you mean by DN? D's nuts low. Of Lincoln claimed a $10 wild cherry crossword doubler scratch ticket at our offices and asked if he could have a big check. We were all like, oh, heck yeah, you can. We asked him what he'd be doing with his winnings and he said letting it ride. Congrats, Tory. Pooping peacefully in university bathroom. Suddenly dude barges into restroom. What's up, bitches? It's shitting time. Sprints into stall next to mine and starts moaning while furiously shitting. I'm tearing up, it smells so bad. This is Weibo's in Honolulu, Hawaii. They advertise ridiculously high prices for gas, even by Hawaii standards, as sort of an attention grabber. But when you get there, you can either pay the advertised price or fight the midget. Is it midget? I think we're supposed to say little person, but honestly, that sounds even more offensive to me. Anyways, if you beat the midget, little person, you end up paying a price that's usually about 30 cents per gallon cheaper than the other stations in the area. This is a video from a couple years ago, though, when they first started running this promotion. Little guy has gotten hard as duck since then. He's got a really good ground game, and they had to increase the discount after teabagged a woman while in full mount, yelling freshen yo breath on my Tic Tacs. This man travels all over the country for his job. As a hobby, he plays every claw machine he can while on the road. He donates everything he wins to charity toy drives. His name is Corpse Grinder, and he is Cannibal Corpse lead vocalist. Be like Corpse Grinder. Wait, what? Me when I was in my son's life, broke, out of shape. Fat, depressed versus me now. Sometimes you gotta just cut off that toxic person in your life. Modern-day dandy, 25, who has dressed only in Regency period clothes since burning his jeans at 14, says his eccentric attire has seen him receive countless offers of marriage. A French weightlifter named Charles Rigolot was jailed for hitting a Nazi guard but broke out of the jail cell by bending the bars. He allowed the other prisoners to escape as well. He then beat the guard who jailed him. Because that's what heroes do. Bishnu Shrestha, a Gurkha soldier in the Indian Army, fought off around 40 armed robbers on a train to prevent an 18-year-old girl from being raped. Using only a knife, he managed to kill 3 and injure 8 of the robbers. When the girl's parents offered him a significant cash reward, he refused, saying, "Fighting the enemy in battle is my duty as a soldier. Taking on the thugs on the train was my duty as a human being." Muhammad Ali letting a young fan win a fight, 1963. 31-year-old man invited 89-year-old neighbor to live with him to spend her last days in company. This lady on Facebook said her coworker had to have a conference with her son's teacher because of a note he wrote. "You all, please read the note. Dear Miss Jones, I am angry of you because you took 25 of my hummingbird bucks all because I was talking to Connor. That's no big deal. I'm only 6. I can't be quiet. All the time, and that makes you a thief and a crooker. You are going to hell, real hell, the burning one, because you a thief. I worked hard for those bucks, and my only prayer in chapel today was that God gets you to hell fast and your new haircut is bad, real bad. Isaiah. Hello, can we date? We are a match, I guess. Ew. No, you should date someone as ugly as you. Yeah, you are right. That's the reason I said we are a match. Average kids on internet saying how they are the loneliest. Me who watches horror movies just to feel I'm not alone. My crop's doing well. Irrigation is the future. Everyone may finally believe that my body is not dangerous. Doctor, if you don't mind, can you touch my hand in front of everyone? Ah, okay, your hand. Yes, kiss. Did I do it wrong? Not really. Kid streams Fortnite 10+ hours a day to pay for dad's cancer treatment. Not bad, kid. Go on to Seeking Arrangements websites and find gals who have multiple sugar daddies. I pay her for a month. During that month, I gather as much info on the girl, name, address, employment. At the end of the month, I report her to the IRS for tax fraud. The IRS classifies the following as tax fraud: inflated personal or business expenses, non-filling and failure to pay taxes, unreported income. When she is prosecuted for tax fraud, the whistleblower gets between 15 to 30% of the unpaid taxes. No, we don't make custom sizes that big. It takes way too much fabric and won't look good on you. Beside, all Genshin Impact characters are skinny, not fat. You should be ashamed of yourself to ruin pretty characters with asking to make a cosplay for you when you are fat. Our factory does not make for fat people. Florida man slaps woman for smoking while she's pregnant. Damn, bro. Just found out about racism. That shit sucks, man. My borzoi attacked and killed a pit bull. What should I do? A neighbor's pit bull got loose and started coming at us, and my little girls while on a walk yesterday. Had my borzoi with us on the walk and let him loose, and got my kids to stand behind me. I thought my dog was a goner, but was I wrong? My dog tore up the pit bull while his owner was yelling and screaming, trying to kick my dog off. His dog went into shock and died a few hours later at the vet. Dudes will be like, how could you tell I'm from New York and this is them? Why do straight people get to get pregnant for free, but gay couples have to pay to have a kid? This is horrible. This is homophobic. Are you ducking dumb? Answer the phone later, babe. I'm so horny right now. Yes, Grandma? You wanted to talk to me? Yes, I am free. Woman divorces husband after he refuses to abandon their baby born with Down syndrome. It's very hard to share a shirtless picture, but I've come so far. Over 336 pounds down. Most didn't believe in me, but I believed in myself. Thanks for the inspiration, bros. 3 years ago versus today. Smoking may increase testosterone. According to the International Journal of Anthology, there is a positive correlation between smoking status and testosterone levels in over 3,000 men. Compared to men who never smoked, smokers had 15% higher total and 13% higher free testosterone levels. I smoke not because I'm addicted. I smoke to gain testosterone. I've had sexual intercourse with 572 women. 23 years old. I've never had sexual intercourse with any women. 28. Other vegetables. I demand perfect soil, temperature, and regular watering, and if you don't eat me within 3 days, I will rot. Potatoes. Dirt. My daughter crying because she cheated on her boyfriend and I told him. Me, a 25-year-old, texting my mum when I boarded the plane, when I landed, when I got my Uber, and if I made it to my hotel safely. Florida man uses welding grinder to remove gang tattoos on his face after he turns his life around. World's strongest priest has broken 19 powerlifting records. The Reverend Dr. Kevin Fast from Cobourg, Canada, still holds 9 unbroken world records for powerlifting, including the heaviest plane pulled by a man. Strength 99. Faith 99. Hi guys, I am actually 11 years old, but I need a girlfriend that can be in my Minecraft Let's Play vids so I can use you for clickbait and get more views, thanks. Must have been a rough day, huh? Did they call you schizophrenic again? After Minnie Cox, the first black female postmaster, was pressured out of her post in Mississippi, President Theodore Roosevelt continued to pay her salary and punish the town by rerouting their mail 30 miles away until they gave her back the position. Ran my face through masculine filter 37 times until it stopped making changes. Apparently this is peak masculinity. The Sriracha founder also won't budge on taste. A supplier once told David Tran that his sauce was too spicy. A friend suggested to add a tomato base to make it sweeter. Tran replied, "Hot sauce must be hot. If you don't like it hot, use less. We don't make mayonnaise here." In case you were wondering, me and my husband can see you half-naked smoking from that bong through your front window across the street. Do I look cool? Tennessee man arrested for planning own arrest to get free food and shelter in jail. You may have outsmarted me, but I outsmarted your outsmarting. No, you can't shut down in middle of nowhere. Thank you for bringing me back home from battlefield, even when I passed out from my wounds. Nay. Would you take me to the beach? Looks like you're already on the beach. Once I accepted that I am cringe, I was free to become my true self. Hello Kitty doesn't like Xanax or knives or blood or any of those awful things you post with her. She likes apple pie, baking cookies, and her friends, that's all. A man sold his engagement ring and bought full suit of Halo armor after being dumped by his girlfriend. I don't play Dungeons and Dragons. I do. A 15-year-old boy named Timur Boggs chased a car on his bike for 15 minutes to save a 5-year-old girl who was kidnapped from her front yard. He was successful. My boyfriend slapped me. Boyfriend's grandma has a stroke and goes into septic shock. We go to the hospital. He goes in and talks to the doctors. He comes back out and tells me she's been declared brain dead. I try to lighten the mood by saying sounds like not much has changed. He asks me what I mean. Well, she was always kind of a, ditz, airhead. Was that a bad joke? He walks over to me and backhands me. I am feeling very suicidal and need help. Can I call your number for free to get some emotional support? Yes. Keep thinking about this guy on the bus behind me yesterday with an infant who started crying and he just went, "Now isn't the time for that." And the baby immediately stopped. "Now isn't the time for that." "You're right, father. I will control myself." Really that big? Perfect, just what I wanted. There is a biker gang from Arizona who help keep child abuse victims safe while the child's abuser is prosecuted, including guarding their houses at night if person is not yet in jail and attending court with the child, shielding them so they don't have to look at their abuser. The average body of someone who keeps trash in their pocket till they find a trash can. Reminder that Tarantino wrote a scene in Dusk Till Dawn where Salma Hayek pours tequila down her leg and forces a guy to drink it by sucking on her toes, and then cast himself in that role. Watch me make a grown adult their 6 a.m. milkshake. Watch this grown adult make my 6 a.m. milkshake. An 83-year-old retired Marine kept the promise he made to his friend while in a bunker in Vietnam and stood guard one last time. Please add Shreks to Dead by Daylight. On some level, I have to respect that you straight up asked. But no. This game has straight up nothing to do with geometry. You have nothing to do with straight. You're right. I'm bi. Buy yourself. I paid for this ad spot because I hate ads. Enjoy this pic of a cute turtle instead. Peace. So proud of Justin. His friend without the jacket isn't allowed to wear a costume because of his religion, so Justin and the rest of the boys brainstormed to come up with an idea that would work for them without having to exclude anyone. Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at the President of the United States and his Secret Service men. Per TMZ, Hulk Hogan helped rescue a woman involved in a bad car accident. Boxer Jack Johnson was once pulled over for a $50 speeding ticket and gave the officer a $100 bill. When the officer said he couldn't provide change, Johnson told him to keep it as he would make his return trip at the same speed. Virgin Neanderthal. Continues to migrate, proceeds to go extinct. Chad Homo sapiens. Begins the process of agriculture. Conceives, has and raises their rival Neanderthal babies. Keeps a family dynamic. Doesn't need to hunt often. Domesticates dogs. Cats decide to domesticate to them. Doesn't go extinct. Being disrespectful to teachers isn't funny or cool. They're doing their job and you're just being an asshole. A London man named Russell Gray was denied permission to redevelop a vacant land that he owned. So, he acquired permission to install a tank on the site. The council had approved it thinking it was a septic tank, but he instead installed a Soviet-built T-34-85 medium tank with its gun turret pointing at the council office as a light-hearted protest. I'm pretending to be a hot girl on Tinder so I can match with my roommate and tell him I'm coming over so he'll clean the apartment. No one is born Chad. Me who is born in Chad. 13-year-old boy sells Xbox, does yard work to buy his single mama car. Got drunk and walked on stage the band, didn't see and I'm playing bomb goes yeah. I'll always get a laugh out of Toshihiro Nagoshi transformation from Monkey Ball's lead dev to Yakuza's lead dev. My kid discovered you can photocopy anything, and now he's trying to prank me. I like how you can look at someone and just know their health bar has to change colors a bunch before you can even begin lowering it. You will never have a friend circle. You will never have a girlfriend. You will never have Shreks. So be it. Life is still beautiful. Green Lady of Brooklyn has dressed only in green for over 25 years. My grandpa, who is 85, started making this rock map of Scotland in 1992. He collected rocks during amateur geology trips over 30 years. He says it had to be geologically correct and also aesthetically pleasing. He asked if I could share online as he wants to go viral, so please share. Good fences make good neighbors. My teacher came to school in pajamas to protest finals being held at 7 in the morning. Got caught in a rainstorm and my new white shorts turned see-through. Rookie mistake, I suppose. Was pretty embarrassing, though. Jason Kels dropped off a jersey for his favorite employee at his local McDonald's when he went to pick up breakfast this morning. A year ago, I was depressed and suicidal. Today, things have gotten better. He slaps your mum, what you doing? I'm not gonna slap anyone's mum. I love my mum to death and she would kill me if I ever slapped a woman. A picture of me and my mom. April 3rd, 1973. The world's first mobile phone call was made on April 3rd, 1973, when Martin Cooper, a senior engineer at Motorola, called a rival telecommunications company and informed them he was speaking via a mobile phone. My ex, when he came to drop my stuff off, and apologized to my guinea pig for being mean to him. But not for me for talking to other girls behind my back, and then doing 30 push-ups before leaving. The Virgin Logan Paul versus the Chad George Clooney, who had a massive pet pig for its entire 18-year life and on multiple occasions dumped girlfriends when given a "it's me or the pig" ultimatum. No, you need to peel us and eat properly. Do whatever the duck you want. Chicago man arrested after repeatedly stealing guns off of officers using a toy dino grabber. Oh, I just jog every once in a while. I do CrossFit. I lift competitively. I pulled apart 2 pieces of flat Lego without using my teeth. Ever since I was a little kid, I've always wanted to get on a fire truck. I'm tempted to just walk my grown ass over to a fire station and just ask. Oh my God, it worked. Great-great-grandma celebrates turning 103 by having massive rave. Just gained 0.69 grams of muscle in 5 days by good diet and hard work in gym. Saturday. Sylvester Stallone wanted a new dog. His wife wouldn't let him get a new dog. Sylvester Stallone buys new dog. His wife filed for divorce. Sylvester Stallone covered the tattoo portrait of his wife with a tattoo of his new dog. The test pilot of the USAF's first jet fighter dressed as a gorilla to mess with other pilots. Pilots flying the usual piston-driven aviation engine would report back to base with sightings of a fast-moving plane without a propeller. They also said the plane was flown by a gorilla, wearing a derby hat, waving a stogie at them. Other pilots who were exposed to Woolam's prank were convinced by Air Force psychologists that they hadn't really seen the gorilla flying the plane. Because everyone knows you can't fly without a propeller. Doc, I'm pretty sure I saw a gorilla wearing a hat flying a plane with no propeller. Take your meds. Man left his house with his PlayStation 5 after 7-magnitude earthquake hit Morocco. If we lose, we get baptized, and if they lose, they go out drinking with us. I told my boyfriend that I felt like I was doing all the chores around the flat. And the first thing he did was say, "Thank you for telling me." Then he went into the kitchen and did the dishes and started cooking dinner. The next day he had to leave early and he shouted behind him, "If you see a mess, don't clean it up. What a stand-up dude. No confrontation, no anger, no denial. Just okay, and let's do better from here on out." The Iranian who pretended to be messy in order to sleep with 23 women. It was an honor to voice Hideo Kojima. Will you continue with this role in the future? No. In 7th grade, a boy asked me to be his girlfriend and I wasn't sure I heard him correctly, so I panicked and just said yes, and then he high-fived me and we never spoke again. Jamal, if you're out there, happy 11-year anniversary. Cannot get over how this man, who I assumed until yesterday was a 3D render, is actually real, refuses every single interview and business request because he doesn't cooperate with anyone, and he does not know what a podcast is. Jonathan Tortoise. Jonathan is the oldest known living land animal. Due to his old age, Jonathan spends his days doing almost everything with his mate, including eating, sleeping, and mating. I overcame my depression and went for a hike. It's the small things. Driver, you got no money? Huh? No, real taxi. Please do the dishes. Mum, Fortnite is online. I can't pause. Bro, help me move this shelf. Sure. Quits rank match. I'm here to watch girls kiss. In 2001, a man wrestled a 7-foot bull shark to retrieve the severed arm of his nephew. After saving the boy, the man dived back in, seized the shark and wrestled it to shore where a ranger shot it. The arm was pried from its gullet, put on ice, rushed to the hospital and successfully sewn back on. Therapist. Giga Chads ain't real, they can't hurt you. The Giga Chads. I almost took a girl home last night until this guy showed up. I need to make a move on him. Ah, it's so cold today, isn't it? He's gonna offer me his jacket, it's gonna be so romantic. You can have my pants, eh? Do not kill the part of you that is cringe. Kill the part that cringes. Mum, who helped her blind daughter graduate from law school by attending every class and reading each textbook out aloud for 4 years, received an honorary law degree for her effort. Valve responds to save TF2, we do not give a duck. When someone asks me how I want to go, Chrysippus, an ancient Athenian philosopher, died from laughing at one of his own jokes. Are you aroused by clown women? All women are clown. Super glue GPS tracker to bicycle, leave it unlocked in front of my apartment, wait for people to steal it, chase them in my car, get out and kick their ass, take their wallets. Repeat. I made $800 in a month doing this. Bro forgot his blanket. Peter Freuchen, the most interesting man in the world. An Arctic explorer once trapped under ice used frozen poop to dig himself out, won the $64,000 question. Author of 35 books, Hollywood consultant on Inuit culture, active in the Danish resistance against the Nazis, escaped from prison, and he had one leg. Just learned our 9-year-old did an experiment on us. Lost tooth, told no one for 3 days, kept tooth under his pillow, no money. Then he tells us he lost the tooth, next night there is money under his pillow. Then confronted us with his scientific evidence that the tooth fairy isn't real. Science 100. I heard he donates money to Wikipedia. 2004. Trying to take a MySpace photo while no one was at home. Real-life Tarzan, who lived in jungle for 41 years, had no idea women existed. This lady at Jamba Juice just cut me in line and the worker saw, so when it was my time to order, he goes, "Congrats, you were the 18th customer today. You get a free drink of choice." Oh my ducking god, her face. Day 1 at the gym. Just finished taking a shit now, let's start this workout. Have you been mocking us since the beginning of recorded civilization? Yes. Need a girlfriend to film clips for me this summer? Shrek's tape? Hit me up. Nor at the skate park I don't be having Shreks. People with super strength, flight, invisibility, etc. People that can forget any movie, game, book or show at will so they can re-experience them all over again. I've just taken my son's phone. How do I access his history? It's impossible. Oh, thanks. Can I take you out? I have a boyfriend, sorry. He can go too. He just got to pay for himself. Virgin bee names. Honeybee. Carpenter bee, bumblebee, mason bee, Chad wasp names, murder hornet, executioner wasp, cicada killer, tarantula hawk. Players in other games. No, this character needs to be buffed because in his lore, wall of text. War Thunder players. Leaks government documents. See, this leaked government document proves that this tank needs to be buffed. Doofenshmirtz's birthday. Vanessa's birthdays. Some girls be like, all men are dicks. Men. The stethoscope was invented because the inventor felt uncomfortable placing his ear on a woman's bare chest to listen to her heart. Hey man, wanna go on a trip and explore the G-spot? Sure, if we can get pizza after. Haha, oh you misunderstood. I am not interested in you as a person at all. I just want the D. No pizza, no D. Okay, you can bring pizza. Whenever I play Dark Souls 3, I never ember before a boss. I treat embering like it's my second phase and I'm the boss fight. So when I'm half out of Estus, I'll go Ember mode and play more aggressive. It's especially cool when you are against a Lord of Cinder and they Ember at the same time as you. I'll even mutter things to myself like impressive, but can you face this Asher Lighteth or ham enough playing? Let's finish this. To become a Chad, I must be an alpha life, eat raw meat, take cold showers and get laid every night. Son, being a true Chad is not having the strongest jawline, the best genes, gender, nationality, anything. The true Chad is the everyday man, the person that will help others just because they can, the one who will not bend over when life gets difficult. The one who don't blame others or stays in the past. It's someone who say I can and I will. A man paid $200.57 for one night at a famous New York City hotel, then lived there rent-free for years. Now he could go to jail. A plumber did work for a 91-year-old grandma with cancer, and his invoice is now going viral. Call out to boiler high pressure and 2 leaks. Lady is 91 years of age, acute leukemia, end-of-life care. No charge for this lady under any circumstances. We will be available 24-hour to help her and keep her as comfortable as possible. I look like Justin Bieber. He really thought he could just put 2 pictures of Bieber and we wouldn't notice. I'm not a player or coach, yet greatly enjoy serving the Greenwood football program as their janitor. I was humbled today as they shared their state championship with me by gifting me with a ring. What fun it is to be a Greenwood Bulldog. Megapack XXL condoms. Albert Einstein. 100 authors claiming his theory of relativity to be wrong. If it were wrong, one would have been enough. Mother got extremely sick on Christmas. She gets hospitalized. Doctor tell us she will be here until January 2nd. I take care of my mother and I have to stay on the hospital every night taking care of her. Tell my girlfriend I have to cancel our plans for New Year's party at a friend house because I'll be staying with my mom. She tells me she is still going without me. I think to myself, well, I don't want her to have a shitty New Year, so it's okay. Later today, best bro calls me. Hey buddy, I heard that you are staying at the hospital for New Year. I cancelled my plans and will bring you food to the hospital so we can celebrate. People that are vegan for preserving animals and environment. People that are cannibals to solve overpopulation and world hunger. What that fingers mean? Unruly. You are not unruly, you child of God. Yes, Granny. Husband spends 2 years planting thousands of scented flowers for his blind wife to smell and get her out of depression. Over this past school year, I have stolen over 1,500 spoons from the Lincoln Way Central Cafeteria. I'm chaos. I'm fear. I am the spoon bandit. Dentist said I grind in my sleep. He real as duck for that. First time in gym. My very first exercise is bench. Next to me are some Zoomers and Wiggers. They snicker and say to themselves, this dude looks like he sits behind computer 247. About to cry. Make up some bullshit like I'm thirsty and go to toilet so I can pack and leave. Some dude stops me and say if he can use bench. It's mother ducking Chad, just like from the memes. Say yeah, asks if I will spot him. Okay. We start to talk, he noticed I'm first timer in the gym. He teaches me lifts, we talk for hour, and for this whole hour it feels like I'm safe and protected. My face when this Chad says see you tomorrow, okay? I have leg day and I will teach you deadlifts. Is this how Chads are? Is this how it feels to die for king? It felt like dream, but it was all real. My king, my liege. We will make it.